Okay, I'm actually doing this then. This is a different kind of video that I'm going to do. I have other videos on my YouTube, mainly just like a few traveling videos and some art stuff, and I think I'd say most of them are like live concert shows, basically. So check those out if you want. But this one is about my uh, mm, my experiences of late I guess over the last 2 years now, almost. But why, why am I making this video? Uh, for me, I feel that awareness is a great thing, and I think this subject, people, not enough people talk about it at all. I think a lot of people just uh, just let it all build up, and I think eventually it just gets a lot worse. And I think guys especially don't, you know what guys are like, they don't really like to talk about stuff at all really that's close to them. Just build it all up, it gets worse. And something that's helped me, I found, is not doing that. Is the exact opposite. It's actually just being open. And the other reason is videos like these actually helped me. You don't feel so alone. You don't feel so crazy. You don't feel like you're that one weirdo. So watching these kind of videos really helped me, like you would not believe. So that's the other reason. Basically, it's the anxiety has returned briefly. It's not as bad as it was, which is great. And also, which comes with that, I've learnt I have been dealing with depersonalisation as well. Now that's something that probably I'm pretty sure a lot of people have no idea what it even is. This is another reason why I feel like I want to do this, because there could be some people out there that have this and they have no idea what it was. And there's a great example this week actually. A Facebook friend just randomly started talking. This person started opening up to me and started mentioning anxiety and stuff, and so straight away I was like, "It's fine, just talk to me about it. You know, I've been dealing with it as well. It's not as bad as it was." But there's like a new thing that I'm dealing with now, depersonalization. You should Google it. And she come back to me and she just couldn't thank me enough, because she'd been suffering with this. She had no idea what it was. The person couldn't even explain it to like professionals that she was seeing, that she was talking to, you know. So just little things like that makes me feel good, and just another reason why I'm doing this kind of video. So that's what this is going to be about. I literally have no idea how long this is going to be. No script or anything, so it might just be a bit like I'm not going to go into too much into the anxiety really, because I think a lot of you will know what anxiety is. I don't think I need to explain it at all, but I suppose briefly I can say it started for me almost 2 years ago. I'm not going to go into why it happened, but it kicked off about 2 years ago. So the last 2 years have been a bit the hardest years of my life, really. But what helped me was just trying to understand it, just understand what it was, learn about it, and try to cope with it. Really, it can go away, definitely. It can go away, but it can also just creep up on you when you least expect it, and then it can put you on a bit of a downer. What I feel that I want to include in this as well, it's just like tips from me, like things that I've learned and discovered that have helped me along this terrible journey, is to be quite honest with you. And some good things have come from it as well, believe it or not. But yeah, so I just want to include some tips. The depersonalization is scary when you're unaware of what the hell it is. But what is it? It is when you feel disconnected or detached from your own body or mind or thoughts, you know. You can almost feel like you're observing yourself from a different point. I felt that you don't really own your own body. You can be walking down a street, your balance can feel off, and you feel like you're in a bubble. You feel like you're in a completely different world, and it's terrible. And like I said, it is scary. It is scary if you've no idea what that is. And the only reason I know what that is purely from Google. I googled exactly how I felt, and up popped hundreds of people talking in a forum, in a health forum about this. I sat there reading this and just relating to everything that everyone was saying, and I just had a massive weight off my shoulder, and I almost felt instantly cured with it. I mean, I know I wasn't, but I felt 1,000 times better. And that was just proof to me that it is all in your head, purely in your head. Because leading up to that, there's another thing this has done to me. It's completely turned me into a hypochondriac as well. So I'm convinced I'm always ill. The slightest little thing, I'm ill. I'm gonna die. I must be seriously ill. I need to get checked out. Blah blah blah. So reading the forums, and again, like the videos I said that I've watched about people sharing their stories, it helped me like you wouldn't believe. I all of a sudden feel like I'm not crazy in the head. I'm not mad. I'm not losing my mind. I'm not ill. So it's really great to read. So hypochondria has been a big thing in the last few weeks, actually, for me. I don't think I've ever gone through that before. Fears of going insane, ill health, just even existence, like what's the point? Why am I even here? You just feel physical symptoms that start in your mind, but you are totally healthy. When you're going through this as well, I've just felt almost not drunk. Well, I suppose almost hungover. It's almost like you're a bit hungover, exhausted, like mentally exhausted. Okay, like I said, I'm rambling. It's happened. So I'm just gonna go on to the tips I've got. I hope it helps. If this gets out to one person, it makes them realise that they have a depersonalisation thing. If it makes one person realise they have it, then I might have kind of achieved what I wanted to do, really. I'm going to start with the anxiety first. The things I've learned that helped me. First is just be open. Be open about it. Just don't shy away at all. I think 95% of my Facebook friends know that I have this, and I don't care. That's fine. No big deal to me at all. I just doesn't bother me, and you shouldn't be ashamed of it either. You really shouldn't. No, there's no point in that. And if someone's going to judge you on it, people will. I've always been worried about jobs as well, and I think that's happened a few times. Sort of certain places I've worked in lately, because you can't always perform to your best at all. Like I say, with you feeling constantly hungover, tired, exhausted all the time, you just can't do your best. You're gonna get judged on it. Mindfulness has been a great one for me. Uh, and going on to the next one is just seek help. Mindfulness was suggested to me by a therapist that I went to see. You're talking to a complete stranger, and it always helps. Definitely helps. Mindfulness, just spending, even if you do like 2 minutes a day, when you're just shutting yourself off from everything, just concentrating on something for 2 minutes. Just do it. It does help. Plenty of apps out there that you can use. Meditate. You could probably combine that with mindfulness, really. It's pretty much what mindfulness is meditation. So that's another one you can add to the list. It could sound a bit silly to you, but having just your personal space, so it's probably your bedroom, maybe the whole house, but for me it's like my bedroom is just keeping it tidy. You go to bed at night with a tidy room, it helps big time. Something that just kills the anxiety almost instantly for me is just it's the gym, so exercising. So I'm trying to do that as much as I can at the moment. That really, really helps. It just naturally promotes the feel good feelings in your brain. I think it's just a proven thing to help. Exercise, do it. Another one that I should add with the hobbies is what I've always loved is drawing. So I've actually started doing that. If there's anyone from Facebook is watching this, then you should know that I'm doing working on a big canvas right now, like a Zentangle. You should Google that if you don't know what that is, but that's great. That's just relaxing, takes your mind off of everything. Really, really helps. So if you draw, just keep drawing. If you don't draw, start. The last one I would say is alcohol. That might not be so easy for people to give up. Like I do enjoy a drink out with my friends. I find it hard, as sad as it is, to go out of a weekend with friends, and if everyone else is drinking, I would find it hard to not drink. But I'm at a point now where I'm starting to think that I've got to really, really think about cutting it out altogether. Alcohol at the time is, it's great, it's fun, you're having a good time, good night, but it's the day after for me. The hangovers are just bloody terrible, because the anxiety is just it's heightened big time. The last few, maybe 6 months, with the depersonalisation starting, that increases as well. Sometimes when you're hungover, you can feel like you're on a different planet anyway, but when that's there as well, it's like, jeez. So, yeah, it doesn't help. It's great at the time, but it doesn't help. Which takes me on to depersonalisation, the tips for this. First one is, it will sound stupid and pretty damn obvious to you, but stop thinking about it. Because what I've learned is thinking actually, and it's probably linked with the hypochondria as well, actually, because you constantly think something like these feelings, like why is my brain making me feel these things? There's got to be something wrong. So all that stuff's going on. I understand it's definitely not easy to just stop thinking about it. I totally get it. And still now I do have a hard time just not thinking about it myself. I really do. But that's when you just got to kick yourself up the ass and just get on and do something. So for me, it's my drawing, which is great, or if it's not that, it's a gym. or surrounding myself with people, not being on my own is a good one. Tell yourself it's not dangerous. This is something I've heard people saying as well. I've read a lot of people saying about it. It's not dangerous, and I think, believe it or not, it's actually your brain's way of protecting it. Like why you're feeling these things, and I think it's all sort of maybe a bit related to depression as well, which may thinking about it, maybe I have been, maybe I am, I don't know, depressed. I probably have been to an extent, which is why it's all come along, especially the depersonalization. So, and I think getting plenty of quality sleep, which if you have anxiety, it's not always, that's easier said than done, but it will help big time. That will definitely help. Just sleep and more sleep. And the last one, which I touched upon already, is, like I said before, the alcohol, depersonalization and alcohol. Oh, and caffeine as well. Alcohol and caffeine, yeah, which is sad because I love my tea, like my green tea anyway, green and white tea, great. But the alcohol, it does not do that any good, and the caffeine together, it's just the two things that, if you want to help, if you want to start on that road to recovery, you got to just kick those things out. The caffeine's easy for me. And the alcohol, that's what I need to work on. I'm not an alcoholic by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just socialising with friends, weekends and stuff for me, that is just getting drunk. Not absolutely smashed out of my face at all, coming like crawling home. Not at all, but like I do associate it with getting drunk. And the summer approaching as well, where I live. It will make it even harder to not drink, but I gotta see how it goes. So that's my last tip. No booze. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for listening. I'm gonna leave it there, I think. So please like, share, and maybe subscribe. That'll make me feel good. Maybe you can click something. It's either going to be there or there. Maybe there. So click it, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If this gets enough attention, then who knows? I think it will make me only want to make more videos on this kind of subject. It's a subject it's important to me. So, yeah, thanks a lot, guys.